everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Onion Talks, where I show you some gameplay and tell you my opinion of some games that I've been playing. This episode is gonna be about No Man's Sky, the new Origins update. Before we start, if you enjoy the video, consider liking and sharing it, and if you really enjoy it, consider subscribing. So, first of all, as always, let's start with some history. As you probably know, No Man's Sky got a lot of hate when it was released. Since then, we had more than 10 updates for the game, each one of them adding new stuff to the game, expanding the universe, making it easier to play, and just fixing a lot of the problems that we had. And slowly but surely, we got everything that was promised back in the day when the first trailer came out, and a lot of stuff that wasn't even promised. So Sean Murray and the team did a really great job updating the game and keeping it going and keeping it alive. And from what I understand, he said in an interview that this Origins update is not the end, it's just a new beginning for them. Because now they have all the groundwork laid, and he said this will be a new beginning for the game. And speaking of the Origins update, let's get to the main topic of this video. The new update that was released just 2 days ago, it added a lot of stuff, billions of new planets, UI revamp, binary stars, colossal buildings, firestorms, lightning, volcanoes, tornadoes, new NPCs, even sandworms. That was something that was promised back when the first trailer came out, a new fauna, improved clouds, and a lot of other stuff. So with that being said, let's get into the good part of the update, and arguably the biggest improvement is just how varied the world feels right now. They added, as I've said, billions of new planets. That's on top of the billions that we had before. And they improved the colors and the terrain generation, so now you will find mountains that literally kilometers high, or ravines that are very low and deep, and swamps, big trees, new buildings, a lot of stuff they added. So the exploration part of the game feels very good right now. Each planet you go to will look unique and will have something that you haven't seen before. So it always feels rewarding to move from place to place to explore more, which is the most fun thing to do in the game. It's the whole point of the game, to explore. And now exploring feels better than ever. Something that's not unique to the Origins update, but it was also in this update, is the quality of life fixes. For example, now when you're on a planet and you see it's a stormy planet, when you're outside in space and you look down on the planet, you can see the clouds reflect the weather on this specific planet. Stuff like this adds to the immersion of the game, it adds to the exploration of the game, and it helps you just have more fun in the game. And this is all just one small thing that they did. They added many other stuff that are similar to this. They added in a previous update the ability to call down your car, your exocraft from your freighter to any planet that you're on, which makes it again more fun to explore. And they added stuff like the new hub world for the multiplayer, to meet other travelers and have fun with them and do missions together. And you can call this hub whenever you want to wherever place you want. It's kinda like the tower from Destiny, where you can meet people and talk to them. Another big thing that they added in this update is the revamp to the UI of the game. It's something that a lot of people underestimate, but me personally, when a UI and the HUD of the game is bad, it really takes away from the experience of the game, because the HUD is something that you're gonna be looking at 99% of the time in this game, in all games basically. And they improved it in this one. In this update they added more stuff, quality of life changes as I've said before, so it's even easier to use and just more fun to navigate in general. Now, something that I want to make clear is that this update alone isn't that mind-blowing. Why I'm happy about this update is because it's part of a whole. It's No Man's Sky. I always say this game is just a AAA game in the making. It's an indie game. The people who made it are just a small team of guys who this is their first big game. It's a AAA game in the making. Each update adds to this one big game, and this is just another big step in how No Man's Sky is gonna grow and evolve and become something that we've never seen before. But with that being said, that was all the good stuff. Now we can move on to the bad stuff in the update. First of all, the bugs, and I'm not talking about the bugs that they added to the update in the worlds, the insects. No, I'm talking about the bugs that are game breaking. For example, floating NPCs, or when my ship just parks inside of a mountain, stuff like that. It's not too bad, it can be fixed, and they are fixing it. There are less bugs each day in the game, they are fixing it very quickly, but there are still a couple of bugs that stay. Another thing is the optimization. I play it on a PlayStation Slim than normal PlayStation, and the frame rate is kinda bad, but not too bad. It was worse before the update, now it's better, but it's still not very good. It's just passable. I would like to see them improve on that, because sometimes when a lot of stuff is happening, especially during combat, the frame rate drops by a lot. And speaking of combat, my second biggest complaint in this update and in the game in general is just that it doesn't feel too good to play the combat in the game. The enemies are fine, they are not that interesting, but they are passable. But the combat itself doesn't feel like you're shooting something, it feels kinda off and kinda weird. But with the huge amount of updates that they are pushing out, I wouldn't be surprised if the next update is gonna be for combat, so my opinion about that might change very soon. And that's all I had for the bad part of the update. I'm more inclined to forgive Hello Games for a lot of the problems that are in the game, because they are a small team and whenever there is a bug, they do fix it very fast, even faster than some AAA studios do, which I give them props for that. Now let's move on to the little things, which are just stuff that I couldn't put in the bad or the good, and I wanna put them here in the end so that people can know about them. First of all, the space battles feel much more like Star Wars space battles. They are capital ships, they are smaller ships, everyone is shooting at each other and stuff are blowing up, and it's fun to do. Another thing is the community challenge that they do every month, and the updates that we have in the Nexus, the main hub of the game. It's a reason to come back to the game every day. They change daily and monthly, so it's more like Destiny bounties, for example, so you can do them every day, get materials, and have something to do when you log on, if you don't have anything that you're working on other than that. And lastly, I just want to mention all the personality that the game has and the charm that the developers put in it. It has a lot of support. It's something similar to Borderlands 2 from my opinion, that you can see how the devs love the game and are putting all their effort into it, and they enjoy putting in the effort into it. It was the same thing with Borderlands 2, you can feel in the game when the developers love it. It's the same here, you can see how Sean Murray and all the rest of the developers from Hello Games are improving the game because they love the game, not because they have to improve the game. And that really just makes it more fun to continue supporting this game and see where it goes and wait for the updates and all of that. As a final note, I just want to mention that this is still a survival game, so if you fundamentally don't enjoy these kind of games, you're not gonna enjoy this update and you're not gonna enjoy the game in general. So that's just a reminder for you if you expect the game to be something that it's not. If you do enjoy these survival games, this update just gives you more of what you already love, a lot more of what you already love, and it's really worth it to come back and check it out. And that is all I have for you about the new No Man's Sky Origins update. So let me know what you think about it if you play it, and let me know what you think of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and I earned you a like on it. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and you can follow me on Twitter if you want to stay updated with the channel. Thank you for watching as always, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a nice day.